Hey everybody, welcome back to the Texas Real Estate Roadshow. This is Greg Hamby here, your favorite lender. I believe we're on episode 7 now. Yep, that's correct. So anyway, today we are filming at the Goosehead Insurance main office in Houston, Texas. You might see the sign behind us. Anyway, I've got Chris with me, a local realtor, and I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell us a little bit about you, Chris, the brokerage that you're with, and anyway, a little bit there. I know your background. You weren't always a realtor, but you have been for what, 7 years now?
For 7 years, yes.
Okay.
Well, my name is Chris Cuchapin. I'm a native Houstonian, born and raised. I work with Century 21 Top Realty. My broker is Kevin Vodder. Before I was a realtor, I used to work at MD Anderson, and then I had to make a transition to real estate, just to save my mental state, because working at the medical industry is just hard. So when I made the transition, I had my mentor Lei Win, top producer. He needed somebody on his team, so that's how I joined. So I used to work at MD Anderson, but made a transition to real estate. I'm so glad I did. So, and now my broker, I give him credit because he's also my biggest mentor, and he's just been all helpful and has guided me. So and that's why my career has been blessed. So
Tell us a little bit about that. Kevin's your broker, right?
yeah, Kevin's my broker. We have our office is located right outside of Valley Oaks Elementary, right across, right in the Spring Branch area. We have about 47 agents. We're looking for experienced and brand new agents, and we're here to help you guys grow your business, and then also give back to the community. That's one of our things that we love to do. So
That's awesome. So I've met Kevin. I don't know him as well as I know you. He seems like a good guy. You're a great guy. Aren't you? You're also involved in the recruiting process there, aren't you?
yes, I recruit. I also mentor new agents. We're always looking for agents that want to step up their real estate game, and we are very interactive with our agents. So if there's any questions that they have, they can contact us anytime. I have agents contact me at 11 at night just to fill out contracts, and hey, can you help me out? And the support's always there. That's our culture in our office is like that. Every agent will help any new agent, and then everybody picks each other's brain to grow their business,
Yeah.
and make it better.
Kind of like I can't think of the word all of a sudden. Anyway, brainstorming is
Yeah.
not the word. Is another word. I'm part of Tom Ferry coaching, right? And they do a lot of it where people come together and collaborate, right? And
Yes.
share ideas and help each other. Within Tom Ferry, it's even people from other agencies, right? Because it's not about competition, it's about collaboration. And I love that, but I can't think of the word. When it comes to me, I'll say it. But I was going to ask you, so you used to be an MD Anderson.
Yes.
What did you do before, and what made you want to get into real estate?
So MD Anderson, I was a patient service coordinator. So basically, I'm doing paperwork, greeting people at the desk, making sure they're okay, pass out blankets, you keep them warm. It's just hospitality kind of thing. Because being at MD Anderson is tough, because everybody there is for some type of cancer or some type of treatment, and I took it as a personal to a personal level, and I started creating relationships with them. Every time I see him, I know him right away. Hey, welcome back, Greg, or and just try to make the experience as much as stress free as I can.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really
Yeah.
hard. And then what made me have to make that transition is because after a few years working there, I'm like, it stressed me out, because I started losing some of the patients, and like I couldn't take the heartbreak anymore. So
Yeah, if somebody says they're going to MD Anderson, it's usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
It's a great place to go, but the outcome's not always good.
Yeah.
My wife used to work for Texas Oncology and U.S. Oncology when I met her, and she was more involved because it was doctor's office, but she was running the lab, and a lot of times she's right there dealing with the patients, and then they would lose a patient, or a patient would miss treatment on Friday on a long weekend, and she's like, "That's not good," and they didn't make it till Tuesday, and she would get so not just upset and sad, but mad, right? Like they should have come in. I told them, and they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna wait till Tuesday." But anyway, so
it's hard.
But the relationships and the hospitality and the way you interacted with people, I'm sure, rolled over really well to help you in your real estate career, right?
Oh yes. So like when I got my license and started working with Kevin, and then worked under Lay I was basically his assistant. I learned a lot, and then I learned how to take what I learned from MD Anderson as relationships and then apply it to my clients. I applied to Lay's clients, and then over the years, since Lay and we still work in the same office, but I branched off, and his clients sometimes ask about, how's Chris? Because of the relationship. So I still keep in touch with him, as in like, hey, if Lay needs anything from, and like he has nobody else, he usually goes to me to help out his clients, because he knows I have a relationship with his clients. So it's like it's teamwork.
Sure.
It's teamwork, even though we're not working under him anymore.
Yeah.
So.
But that's probably helps you a lot with your clients and word of mouth and referrals, and I assume that's the bulk of your business, your lead source. Yeah.
Yes, it's mostly all referrals, and I learned that from Lay and Kevin. It's just I had to keep that relationship going.
This is just a curiosity question, but through your work at MD Anderson, were you able to any of those connections become clients? Like former patients or doctors or nurses that you knew? Or?
Yeah, I ran to one of the former employers there, and I was at Kim Sun in Stafford, and she came up to me and she just started asking like, "Oh, Chris, we miss you," and this and that, and then we started talking about real estate. So it's just it was an easy transition, because I love to talk to people. It's I like to reach out, like to make connections, and like that with that nurse when she came up to me and asked about questions and about how should she approach real estate or investments or how to be an agent. But yeah, we just talked there for like maybe 30 minutes just doing that, and I run into a lot of people, a lot of friends, even old coworkers from when I worked for Harris County and also Houston Methodist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the market a little bit, right?
Okay.
The last year and a half has been crazy, right?
Very.
Interest rates been at a historic low. They are climbing. They're still historically low. We were talking about that a little bit earlier. But that, I think home value, you tell me, but I think home values are going to continue to climb, but not at the crazy rate they have been. So I think, personally, it's my belief that it's still and will be a good time to buy for quite a while, because you're still going to gain appreciation, but it's not as crazy as it was. And you tell me, and the interest rates are higher, but if you're not offering, and maybe people still are, so I want you to answer this question. But if you're not offering 60, 70,000 over, asking price or appraised price, if you're not doing that, but you have a little bit higher interest rate, in my mind, you're better off. I mean, if I had the option, right? If somebody said, "Hey, here's a $400,000 house, but you're going to have to pay $470,000. You're going to have to pay the $70,000 out of pocket, but you're going to get a 3.875 or a 3.5% interest rate, or you could pay 400,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
and pay nothing out of pocket, or you're 5%, right,
Yeah.
and you're going to get 5.5. Personally, I'd take the 5.5.
Yeah, I would take the 5.5 easy. That's no brainer.
But you tell me, are people still making those crazy? I know there's still multiple offers, but are people still offering way over list price? Are they still waiving appraised values?
What I'm seeing is there not that much of those appraised values. They're not doing the appraisal waiver as much. The offers are not as crazy, but still good.
Yeah.
I mean, there's like you said, always multiple offer situation. Maybe 5 to 10 grand. I say 15, but that's if you have
Yeah, but not like it was, right?
Yeah, not like
it's
we're like
getting back to normal,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So, and I think our area is taking longer to get back to normal because I feel like our market is really hot.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the hottest markets in the country. So when I mentioned I'm a Tom Ferry coaching client, right? I love my coach. He's awesome. And I'm sharing this story for a reason. He is up in Michigan, right? Mm-hmm. He owns a real estate agency, a couple of title companies, and a mortgage company. And he's got a great handle on what's going on, right? The total picture. And they're getting into insurance. But but the point is, as a realtor and as a lender, and they work hand in hand on a lot of their deals.
Yes.
He's telling me that their market in the last 90 days has already shifted from, 60,000 over asking price with no seller concessions to now people are paying list price or below and sellers are paying closing cost.
Yep. So yeah.
So, I mean, we're not there yet to at or below closing costs with sellers paying closing, or at or below list price with sellers paying closing costs, but
We're getting there.
I feel like we're getting there, right? So I just got a contract in. No, I got the contract in a while ago, right?
Uh-huh.
Loans in processing and underwriting, but I just got the appraisal in this morning, right? And this originally, I think, was listed at 475, and our client actually got, their agent worked on this, actually got it for 460, right?
Oh, wow.
The appraisal came in this morning at 470.
Wow.
So I'm like, that's a win. I called the guy. I'm like, hey, good news. You're walking in with equity.
Yeah, that's. I just closed the deal on Monday. It's almost the same thing. We got it for a certain price at around the mid 300s, and then they got what do you call it? 22,000 equity.
Yeah, nice.
So like, they're like, wow, like I look like a hero.
Yeah.
That's like, but yeah.
So the market is shifting, right?
It is shifting. I feel like soon we'll be able to negotiate better for the buyer.
But you know what a lot of people are talking about and, quote, waiting on is a market crash. And I don't see it.
I don't see it.
Nobody I know sees it. The experts, don't see it. People I know that have been in real estate 20, 30, 35 years, they're like, this is not '08. There is no credit. And from the lending side, I agree, because the guidelines were really strict this time, right? There's not a bunch of people in arms. There's not a bunch of, adjustable rate mortgages that are going to go way up and then you can't make your payment. There's not a bunch of people that got loans that never should have got a loan. There's no, 500 credit score, stated income, stated asset, no money down purchase. That didn't happen. All these people that bought homes have jobs and, verified income and put money down, and they've got these low interest rates that are fixed. The only thing that I could see is going to go up is their taxes, right?
Yeah,
because
taxes, yes.
The values are going up. The county wants to get their share, right? The government always wants their share. But, that's capped. It's going to go up, but it can't go up so much that it's going to shove you out of your house.
That's true.
But what do you think? That's just my opinion.
Well, I totally agree. It's like I just totally agree. There's there's nothing else to say. It's just,
I covered it.
Yeah, you just basically covered it.
All right. Well, it's good to know that we agree, but it's not. I mean, I'm sure you guys have those discussions in the office,
Oh yeah,
right? I mean, it
all the
comes up.
time, all the time. Because like Kevin and I were just talking about yesterday. Um, just be. I mean, the shift is like their shift is definitely coming, and we can somewhat see it. Uh, we just gotta be prepared for the shift, and then when the shift happens, then the realtors have to adjust,
Yeah.
and that's how I think seasoned realtors will see it. They know how to adjust to it, make their adjustments, and then go from there. So,
Yeah. So as far as interest rates, a lot of mortgage companies ratchet up prior to the Fed doing something in anticipation, right? Now, there's two things that can affect interest rates really. What the Fed does, changing the rate, will drive the rate up. But I think that they overshot. I think they thought that the Fed was going to raise it a full point because their rates went way up. And ever since then, they've been slowly coming back down. The other thing that can make interest rates go up that we cannot predict is what goes in the stock market.
Yeah.
Because when there's a big sell-off and a lot of money comes out of the stock market, generally those big investors put it in the bond market. And when they do that, it drives up interest rates. That's unforeseeable and uncontrollable. But that fluctuation is usually not long-term. It's usually short-term. So what I see a lot of times within the same week is you'll see a couple of days in a row, rates got an eighth worse. Next day, rates got an eighth worse. Next day, nothing happens. The next day, you get an email from all the lenders, because I'm a broker, right? So you get all these emails that says, hey, rates got a quarter better. So basically, by Friday, you're back to where you were Monday.
it's crazy.
So you just want to pick, you want to think about it and try to pick the right time to lock in your rate. But overall, so right after this, or right before and after the Fed announcement, rates were bad, right? A lot of the lenders I was seeing with no points on a good A paper deal, you were looking at like 6.125, 6.25, and now a lot of my better lenders are at like 5.5. So obviously they way over anticipated how bad it was going to be.
Yep.
But the good news is this is the right time to
Yeah.
lock in, right?
Yeah, take advantage of it. It's like a lot of people will wait, and then all of a sudden you have a higher rate. And
Yeah.
you should act upon it. Because lock it now, because you never know if it'll be that low.
Yeah.
And so if it drops, then refinance.
Yeah.
So
One thing, I'm going to share this. So somebody that I'm working with currently, and their contract just came in, but prior to that, they were kind of shopping around and looking, and they ended up selecting me to be their broker and find them the right lender. And I have, but anyway, I couldn't do anything without the contract, right? But so when they were looking and talking to other people, they were coming at me, and what I had was better rates, but they were like, they're putting a lot of money down. So they don't need an FHA loan. But what they were seeing, of course, they weren't getting the whole picture, is that FHA rates were considerably lower, right? So they were getting quoted like 6 to 6.25 on conventional, and like 5.125, 5.25 on FHA. And so I went in and shopped, and I actually came up with 4.875
Wow.
on FHA with no points, and around 6% on conventional. I was pretty close to the competition on conventional, but a lot better on FHA. But anyway, the point was, with FHA, no matter how much you put down, and they're looking at putting down almost half, right? 50%.
Wow.
You still got MIP, and you
Yeah.
still got mortgage insurance. So when you factor those in, the payment was higher than even at 6.5 on a conventional. And I was like, so it doesn't matter. You need to pick conventional.
There we
And
go.
if you want to, we'll buy down your rate, right?
There you go.
But now I've got them at 5.5, and we can buy them down to 5, and they're still going to put their payment's going to be so low, especially I couldn't talk them out of putting down the
Yeah.
50%.
Yeah.
They want to get rid of their mortgage, right? They want to
I got
put
you.
down all they can and just pay it off. But
But yeah.
anyway,
Yeah, I'd rather pay down, do conventional and pay down.
yeah.
So.
I was thinking, you want to go for a 15-year? But anyway,
Yeah.
Rates have been actually worse lately on 15-year. The market is all in
Yeah.
fluctuation, right?
So.
So talk about, do you guys do a lot of business in your area, near where the office is, right here in the Spring Branch?
Yes, we do. Well, our main business is basically west. I'm seeing like here in Memorial area, down I-10. We got some deals closer to Pearland, and we had somebody who was like, we call him the King of the North because he took care of Woodlands and Conroe, but we are basically all over the place, but I think it's more like around the Memorial area.
Yeah, it's a good area.
Yeah, good area. That's why our office is located there.
Well, that's why I ask. But I realize, right? That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That you can do a deal anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's a beautiful area. People love it. A lot of people like the Spring Branch School District, right?
Yeah, schools are great.
Yeah.
That's one of the main reasons like people are trying to go to Spring Branch. It's a hot spot.
Yeah.
It's a hot spot.
I live out in the burbs, right?
Yeah.
I live in Katy on the line near Richmond and near Fulshear.
Oh, okay.
So I only know what I hear, but I've driven around. It's a beautiful area. And my marketing consultant actually lives in Spring Branch. And I asked her why, and she told me, well, I love the area, but I live here because of the school. So
Yeah. A lot of people, even young professionals, like it because it's close to basically everything.
Yeah.
It's like you're just in the central. You take Beltway north or south to go to, or even I-10. That's basically just easy access to anywhere.
Yeah.
So, especially if you want to go to Washington Rice Military District, where the bars are, and you're a young professional, you just straight down I-10. It's not that far.
Yeah.
Not that far at all.
Okay. So do you guys have any upcoming events?
Right.
Like with your agency? Do you guys do any industry events or happy hours? Client appreciation? Or?
Yeah, we do that. Lay, he does it for his clients, and he invites everybody. Lay, one time he rented out a bar, and it was just passing out drink tickets, and it was just, we have client appreciation that way. We also do things with our agents, and we invite other agents to come to our office, like game night slash karaoke. So we do the game night, and after we do the game night, we just go ahead and do karaoke. And if you want, like, you can stay as long as you want and sing your heart out. It's because you got to have fun in this industry. Because it gets stressful too. All the multiple offer situations that you have to deal with, and you got to find time for yourself to unwind.
Yeah.
And so we try to do that, and then also just happy hours with our office, and invite other agents to come in too, because it's about relationships with the agents, with our agents, with other people's agents, because we're going to be working with each other,
Right.
and like we have to have that relationship. And
That helps a lot when there's multiple offers, right?
oh yes, I was in a multiple offer situation where the agent knew me, and she liked how we worked together for the last deal. So, but she said it's ultimately, the seller's choice. But
Yeah.
luckily they worked with me, and it was smooth. It's like butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like we didn't even have to bat an eyelash, and the communication is great. So that's another big thing is communication between the lender,
Yeah.
and also title, and also with the other agent. If you can do communication and
Yep.
make sure everybody's on the same page, it's much easier and
It
less
is.
stress.
You nailed it. And honestly, that's why I feel like one of the biggest frustrations is the appraisal.
Oh yeah.
They're getting a lot better, and they're getting them in a lot quicker, so we're not really having delays. But after the meltdown in '08, the government changed the rules, and like I can't call around and talk to appraisers and see who's busy and who's not. I can't call and say, "Hey, are you done?" or "Hey, what do you think the value is going to be?" Those are innocent questions, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of bad things going on, right? So I kind of understand why they did what they did, but the fact that we can't communicate with them at all anymore, can't even order it. The lender
That's
can't
good.
order it. They have to use an independent appraisal management company, and it's just terrible. The only communication is by email. We ask, and then the appraisal management company asks the appraiser, and then he talks to them, and then they send us a response. And if we knew who it was, and this is the rule, it's never happened to me, and I was to find out who it was and call and just be like, ask nothing else, right? But hey, have you gone? Do you know when you're going to turn it in? Then they can't do the appraisal anymore.
Oh wow.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
It's insane.
We have to know when the appraisal is. So you're seeing it. I noticed that the turnaround time is
It's getting a lot better.
better. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I haven't had any problems lately, thankfully.
Oh yeah. Knock on wood.
Right?
Yeah.
I had a problem. The last time I had a problem was in March with a small investment property that was in a tiny town, like in between Beaumont and Louisiana.
Oh wow.
But, what was frustrating was, yeah, it wasn't done on time, but that the guy wouldn't communicate, and we were emailing, and that's all we could do. And finally, he never gave any status, he wouldn't reply. And then finally, my processor stepped it up to a supervisor escalation, and the next day he turned in the full appraisal.
Oh,
But there was never any like, I'm going on this day, I expect to be done this day, and then all of a sudden it's just turned in.
Jeez.
I'm like, what are you doing over there?
I don't know. Like I have two friends that are appraisers, and like it's their stories. It's like they communicate, but sometimes just the stories that they tell me, like it's ridiculous. As in like people hounding them.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they're trying to get it done, but like
I understand
Yeah.
their end, but obviously when it's in the urban area, it gets done quicker,
Yeah.
right? And I guess it's taking 2 or 3 weeks, but there is, as a broker, there is a wholesale lender that we have, and they're good and they're huge. They're the largest in the country. They came up with a smart move. I don't always use them. They're getting much better on their rates. Their service is amazing. Their turn times are phenomenal. But they created their own appraisal management company, not to make money, but just to control the process and make it go faster. So what they do, two things that they have done that really sped up the appraisal process, right, is if they're charging the client $600, okay, generally that happens, right? And then the appraisal management company will keep 150 or 200. In this case, they charge that and they pay it all to the appraiser. And
wow.
instead of waiting a month or two after submitting invoices and getting paid, when the appraiser emails in the appraisal, they wire the money the same day. So they get paid the full amount and they get paid immediately.
So you're changing
And so
the game.
these guys are getting appraisals back in like 3 or 4 days.
Wow, that's a game changer.
And so you're like, okay, obviously it's possible. Why isn't everybody doing this?
That's like I think it depends on the appraiser if they have that mindset.
Yeah.
Some are very professional, and yeah, I have some appraisers that do call me and like, hey, we're heading to the property right at this day and
Yeah.
time. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
So I just get everybody else prepped, and like, yeah, communication is key. If you don't have that communication, you're gonna hit snags, and that slows down the process, and that makes everybody
Yeah.
unhappy. So
So I like that lender, and if anybody out there is in a rush, let me know, because they, I mean, we're not the only ones that use them, right? But they have. I've got a loan officer friend in our group in Nexa that I talked to some. That she's out in Phoenix, and she, from the day she took the application to her clear to close, was 7 days.
wow,
Full appraisal, everything's ready to go. Closing disclosures were already out. They were just waiting on the clients at that point.
yeah,
They weren't expecting. I mean, that competes with a cash offer,
that's
right?
that's a plus. Like if you can close that, 14 days is a big difference between 30 to 45 days.
They don't advertise that. The wholesale lender, their national average is 12.8 days.
Wow, that's quick.
Yeah,
That's
and
really quick.
a buddy of mine in Dallas that told me about Nexa and got me over here. Last month, he closed a VA loan in 17 days.
That's unheard of.
Right?
It's like, geez,
Through the same group, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we got over 170 lenders.
So
But, we don't use all of them, right? I
Yeah.
mean, some people are really good at DSCR, and some people are really good at investment properties or second homes, or, whatever you need. But, I mean, I can do a VA loan with no credit score. But this particular lender has higher overlays, right? They've got a 620 minimum on everything, VA, FHA, conventional. And their rates are okay. If you get somebody with a 700 plus credit score, their rates are phenomenal. But so you just got to know where to take your deal, and that's what I'm here for, right? I'm not a lender.
Yeah.
I'm a broker, so I'm like a matchmaker, right?
There you go. The matchmaker. That's a good one. That's a really good one.
So you're Filipino.
Yes.
My wife's Filipino. I love the food and the culture. And that's why I chuckled a little bit earlier when you said at your events, when it's over, we do karaoke.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think it's in our blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. So like when it comes to karaoke, it's just, I don't know. It's just because everybody gathers or drinking or eating food together, and it's just a good time, and
Yeah.
it's a good bonding moment. There's a place in the Heights, Be More Pacific.
I've been there.
Yeah, Filipino food, and then also you can also rent out the rooms for karaoke too. So if you have a party, you're looking for a good time, good food, good drinks, go to Be More Pacific. It's in the Heights, off on Yale Street. So look it up.
Are you friends with the owner?
Yes, friends
Yeah.
with the owner. Yes, I'm friends with the owner, and it's just their whole crew is really friendly. If you ever want to drink, I suggest getting the Calamansi Dreaming. It's refreshing.
Well, that sounds good.
Very refreshing. It's like a lime juice.
Yeah.
But you don't taste the alcohol. That's the dangerous part.
That's dangerous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you can go 2 in. But there's egg rolls, Shanghai rolls that you can have while you drink. So it's nice.
It's been a while since I've been there.
You gotta go.
Yeah, I should go back.
You go.
You're making me think about it. I just don't think about it. And I don't know why. I mean,
It's just down the street.
I know, right? So, okay, I'm going to go soon.
Okay,
I'll
you
tell
better.
my wife.
All right.
We should meet you there.
No, we should go. We should go.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So, you been to Max's?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I
And
like
I'm sure you've been to Jerry's, right?
Yes.
I like Jerry's Grill. It's good.
Everybody knows about Jerry's.
Yeah. And I've been to some other hole-in-the-wall places, but those two, those are good.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to Ice Snack?
No.
Okay.
What's that?
It's more just snack only, and I don't know if it's in Katy or where it is, but I think it's around Clay and Fry.
Okay. I know where it is.
So, yeah, and it's just more, like it says, snacks, right? Like they have really good, I know it means mix, but I can't think of the name.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
There you
Yeah.
go.
I'm like, I can't think of anything
You're
today.
good. You're good.
Mastermind. That's what I was thinking of
Mastermind.
earlier.
Okay.
Like when you get together and
Yeah.
you're
You're doing a
brainstorming
mastermind.
and sharing ideas and collaborating. A mastermind.
Yeah.
You guys do that?
Yeah, we do that. We, especially after our training, a lot of our agents will just sit and work, and then all of a sudden, all right, let's pick each other's brains. So, what are you working on doing this? If somebody has a problem, we try to figure out what you can do to promote your listing or make your open house better, or how do you attract more people to open house? So
ask Kevin if he's interested in doing a specific mastermind, like a lunch and learn.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to come if there's a title company, maybe a home inspector, people from the industry, your agents. I think that'd be great.
that'll be fun. That'll be fun to do, and when we do it, we're going to invite you and everybody else. So.
Okay. Anything else you want to share today or promote for yourself, your business? If anybody's looking to buy or sell a home.
Yeah. Well, if you're
or get into real estate investing, right?
Yeah. Well, you just give me a call if you're looking to buy, sell, lease. We do. Well, I do residential. Also, I can do commercial. Also, we can also do farm and ranch. And if you need help with investment properties, please let me know. I'll be happy to help you guys out. And if you're an experienced agent or a new agent or upcoming agent, and you're looking for a brokerage, something new, something fresh to help you with your business, please give me a call too. My number is 832-692-4702. I can even say it with my eyes closed, 832-692-4702. Just give me a call, and I'll see what we can do to help you out. And that's our brokerage is very personable. So whatever you need, we ask you how do you learn, and we try to customize everything to you to help your business, because everybody's different, everybody learns different, everybody is unique in their own way. So we adjust to you so we can help you enhance your business. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate you being on the show today.
Thank you for the invite.
And look forward to working with you guys. And we got a class coming up on Tuesday.
Okay.
At your office.
Yeah,
I would put it out there, but this won't be out in time.
Yeah, it's okay.
So, anyway, thanks for tuning in, everybody. That's another wrap for episode 7 of the Texas Real Estate Roadshow. Have a great one.